Hello and welcome to Reflections. I'm Rom Gayoso, your host. Today, our topic is the upcoming VCAPX Conference, and we have a lot to talk about this and a lot more. And I have the perfect guest in the show. We'll be speaking with Deb Dietz, CEO of SMB Digital Education and the conference's chair. So first and foremost, thank you so very much for your being here with me and my guest. I know your time is very important, and I'm the guy who makes sure it is invested wisely. If you're watching our show via Futures Television, via Apple TV and Roku TV, or listen to it via Futures Radio or via podcast, you too can be a part of this conversation. Please use one of the social media platforms and leave your comments and questions. I'll make sure to get to them as soon as possible. So it's time to welcome our wonderful guest, Deb Dietz. How are you doing today, Deb?
I'm good, Ram. How are you doing? I'm so excited about our discussion today about VCAPAX.
Wonderful. Well, let's get started. So, Deb, in the last issue of IMCI magazine, we had an article on the conference's four pillars. And that's an important message. Can you explain the four pillars? What are the driving forces behind the work we do?
Absolutely. A great question. It's interesting. I think before I can really discuss the pillars, I want to take us back a little bit and share with everybody where this all started and how this all started. And we, on our talk show, Ask Deb About Business, we follow trends in business, emerging trends. So we're paying attention to what's happening with entrepreneurs and small to mid-sized business owners. And we invite subject experts to come on our show to talk about those topics, to discuss those topics. And so we really started the shows with kind of a mission of making sure that people that attended and watched our show could leave that discussion with something really practical that they could then implement and make their own and implement within their own business. So that was really the impetus for the show. And then because we are data scientists, we're really looking at all these data points. And one of the things that really became very clear to Ram and I, was the fact that women and minority entrepreneurs are not receiving, they're actually receiving a fraction of the venture capital dollars that are available to them to fund their businesses. And so many of these brand new women and minority entrepreneurs are starting brand new businesses, and many of them are ultimately failing. And so when we kind of step back and look at the data points and said, what are the root cause for why this is happening? The majority, the key reason there was due to lack of funding. So that was a real problem. And so, we gave that some thought and thought, how could we, help support these women and minority entrepreneurs? How can we arm them with the information and education that they need to ultimately qualify for funding so that they can make the appropriate investments in their business and ultimately grow and scale their businesses? So that was really kind of the purpose behind our work together. And so we kept digging into the data and uncovering all these data points. And so we also found out that it's not just about women who are challenged in this way. It's women and minorities, and that women who are potentially in a double minority status receive even less access to capital. So we thought about what do some of these, women and minority entrepreneurs, what can we do to help prepare them and position them so that they can ultimately get the funding that they need so that they can make the appropriate investments in their business? And we thought, okay, here's an opportunity so instead of inviting on one guest on our Ask Deb About Business show and talk about a topic with one expert at a time, this is an opportunity for us to kind of leverage our collective horsepower between you and your media company, and between me and SMB Digital Education. And we thought, let's try to, pull together our resources and create the online conferences. So we started this in May of last year, in 2023. And so the whole vision behind the conferences were really building this educational foundation, but the foundation itself is really built on diversity and inclusion, because we don't care who you are or where you come from or what you look like. It's about providing access to education to no matter who you are, where you are in the world, so that you can build your skills so that you can ultimately be successful. So fundamentally, that's really what we're here to do, is to provide access to education so that these women and minority entrepreneurs can qualify for funding, can make the investments in their business that they need to grow and scale. And so that's really the foundation of the conferences, were the diversity and inclusion infrastructure. And so then we looked at that, okay, we understand what our mission is. We're very clear about that. How are we going to actually deliver this? So we came up with the concept of the 4 pillars. The first pillar being the education pillar. And so education, because we recognize that many of these women and minority entrepreneurs, they may be experts in their field, but they may not be an expert in business. So we thought we want to bring business fundamentals to this audience. And so how can we do that? We started thinking about all the people that we knew and our networks, and who were the subject matter experts in business fundamentals, in business management. So that included experts in strategy, finance, process, operations, marketing, sales, product development. And then, so we started talking to these people about, would you be willing to come and speak to our attendees and help, share knowledge, and do it in an environment that's free access, so that our attendees, wherever they are in the world, they can actually come in, listen to those experts, talk about business fundamentals, and do it in a free environment. And then, so we started down that path of talking to business professionals. But then we also recognized very quickly on that it's not just about the business fundamentals. We need to provide access to health education and wellness education, because anybody who's an entrepreneur understands it's an emotional roller coaster. Being a business owner, you have, very high highs and very low lows. So we need to be able to provide access to education that helps support these entrepreneurs' health and wellness needs. So then that started opening up, more discussions with more experts in the health and wellness field. And so for VC Latinx in May of last year was our inaugural conference. And we had over 1,000 attendees join us from 25 different countries, listening to all these experts over the course of 4 days speak on their topics. So the educational pillar is really about providing access to this education. These speakers spoke in 25-minute blocks of time, and then there was a live Q&A session at the end of their remarks. So that was something that was very, very meaningful to us, and we are incredibly grateful to those subject matter experts that were willing to dedicate their time to provide the access to this information to those that really need it. So that was pillar number 1, was the education pillar. And then pillar number 2 was the training pillar, because we also recognize that there are going to be many of these entrepreneurs who want to build their skills in these topic areas. And so that's where the online courses come into play. So many of these subject matter experts have built 4-hour fundamentals courses, which helps educate these entrepreneurs step by step on exactly what they need to know to implement and execute what they've heard them speak on. So that became the training pillar, which were the online courses, and that became pillar number 2. And then we thought about the opportunity for entrepreneurs to not go through this process alone, that there is a need for coaching and for community. So coaching and community became our 3rd and 4th pillar. And so we're really excited because at the next conference that we're coming up in the middle of this year, Middle East and Africa, we're going to be launching our business plan competition, which allows these entrepreneurs to be coached and work directly with an expert to help them put their plans together, to help them put their pitches together so that they can ultimately present their plan to a panel of investors. So that's the coaching pillar. And then also within the courses themselves, those students who are taking an expert's online course have the ability to work directly and one-on-one with that course creator within the course community. So that's another coaching opportunity. And then the community, since we've been doing this, Rom, this is really exciting that now we've got 2 of our conferences under our belt for last year. This is our first conference for 2024. And we have so far about 34,000 members in our conference Facebook communities. So between VC Latinx, VC EuropeX, and now VCAPAX, we have over 34,000 people from around the world who want to be part of this community. They find this is a great community for support, for networking, and for collaboration.
Wonderful. And those are the 4 pillars. And of course, we have at the heart or at the base of the house, it's diversity and inclusion, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this.
Wonderful. Oh, righty. So would you like us to take a look at the website? Maybe we can.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the website. We've been hard at work on that and working on our agenda as well. But why don't we walk through the website?
Okay, let's go to the website. And folks, this is, of course, our website. It's VCAPX.com. I will leave basically the web address showing in there, so it's easy for you guys to find. And of course, the link is in the description of this video, so right below us. So first thing I see, well, website looks really great, Deb.
It does, and it's interesting. We structured the website according to the 4 pillars. So if you notice that, you can see right at the very top on the menu, you'll see the education pillar, the training pillar, the coaching, and the community pillar right there at the top.
Well, that was incredibly smart. So let's start taking a look in here. Okay, so that's the welcome. And again, the conference is April 22nd through the 25th of this year, right?
There is, but there's more.
Okay, we're gonna get there. So let's go through here. So there's the link for registration. Okay, the introduction.
Absolutely. So this is introduction. So this is a free online business conference focusing on women and minorities and entrepreneurs from all walks of life. And even though this is our Asia Pacific region conference, it's open to all wherever you are in the world.
Wonderful. So let's keep on our journey here. So this is the conference design. Well, that looks like we are keeping that same 4-day design, isn't it?
We are. So it's the 4-day design. It really, really works for us. We get to meet business book authors and venture capitalists on day 1. We welcome the sessions on venture financing on day 2. We attend applied sessions on day 3 and 4. We have futurists that are joining us. We have also added, as I said, more on the soft skills and the health and wellness skills. To the point I made earlier, we're hoping to provide access to education and information to human beings, certainly at work and at home. So we want to make sure that we're paying a lot of attention to the curriculum for the courses, but also for the speakers that we're inviting to be part of this. So making sure that there's a good balance there between business, health, wellness, and soft skills.
So we look at the whole person, not just a person at work.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. All righty. So let's keep on our journey. So let's talk a little bit about networking, right? So networking is very important. So what are we planning this time around?
So this is really, really important. Certainly, it's important for people to participate and sit and listen to all these experts talk about all these topics, but it's also really important that people have an opportunity to gather and collaborate and meet up and get to know each other. And so every day of the conference, we have the roundtables. And so we have 4 roundtables that we have every day around the noon hour. Two of the roundtables are facilitated. 2 of them are just open. So we have in two of the roundtables this kind of structured conversation going on at those tables. The others you can just come in and join at your convenience. So basically, people just gather. They come into the networking group. They introduce themselves, have a conversation, share a little bit about what they do, and then make a decision if they want to continue the conversation offline. They can certainly do that.
Well, that's excellent. Lots of opportunities for people to network and get to know each other. So I see the exhibit hall is back again. I see some of our business partners are in there.
Absolutely. So this is a chance for the folks that are in the conference to meet our sponsors, to meet our partners, learn about these companies, learn about the services that they provide, learn more about what they do. And so we provide this in our exhibit hall, which is great.
Well, indeed. And in fact, this conference is presented by SMB Digital Education. Thank you so very much, Deb.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
So let's go through the auditorium. That's our meeting space. I see we kept the same design we used from VCAPAX. So people do need to go to the auditorium in order to attend the presentations, right?
They do. So this is the location where they go. They'll see the auditorium, and when they see the virtual space of our conference, they'll click on the auditorium and go in and actually and they can follow the agenda to see who's speaking at what time. But this is how they get access to that speaker.
Wonderful. Okay.
And also another thing too I want to mention is that because our conferences are global conferences, so we're in different parts of the world, different time zones, right? So due to the time zone differences, some of the roundtables will be pre-recorded because we want to make sure that people, all of our friends, wherever they are in the world, can also participate in the event. And of course, everything is recorded so that even when the event is over, everybody can still come back and they can come to the website. They can come to futuresnetwork.tv on demand and watch those sessions.
Oh, that's amazing because, some people are, 12, 13 hours away. So it's kind of hard to get everybody in the same place in the same hour. So thank you so much for your thinking of that. And of course, there's the tour of our workplace. So, this is basically showing everybody what, the workplace really looks like, right?
This is really, really helpful. And this was something that I know we did. So when you log into the events space, to the VFair site, you will be greeted with a kind of a walk around, a little bit of a tour of the platform, so you get a sense of to watch the sessions I have to go to the auditorium. If I want to see the booths of the partners and sponsors, I want to see what their services are, I can go to the exhibit hall. So Ram, you did this for the last 2 conferences. I think this is something very helpful to people, especially if you haven't been to one of the conferences before. I mean, you kind of guide them through exactly how to experience that environment, so it's most meaningful to them.
Yeah. Oh, I had to learn myself, and that was fun. And once I learned, well, why not share it with everybody so they don't make the same mistakes as I did, All right, so let's continue on our tour. So we were at home. Now let's go take a look at education, right?
Absolutely. So education pillar is next, and it's our fundamental pillar, and we go about it many different ways in order to fulfill the mission of education. So, we've got the free online conferences. So this is VCAPAX. And in the middle of this year, we'll have VC, the Middle East and Africa Conference. So that'll be in this summer. And then in the fall, we'll be back in Latin America. And then this winter, we'll be back in Europe. So our plan is to have 4 global conferences a year. Again, we have attendees come from, many, many different countries. We had attendees from 46 different countries for VC EuropeX, and they came way beyond just Europe. So again, because it's open access, open to all. So the conferences are, certainly a key part of the education pillar. But we also have IMCI Magazine. So this is the monthly publication that brings a variety of articles and some really, really great content. And the publication is open source, so it's free for readers. So this is a really thought-provoking publication. A lot of really smart people are writing articles on some very heady topics, And I highly encourage everyone, if you haven't subscribed to IMCI Magazine, please do so. You will not be disappointed. There's a lot there. There's a lot of great information, really great authors. And then we also have another part of our education is the radio. So we have our Radio Futures station for people who want to listen to the shows via radio. So that is another capability of the media services that we offer is access to the radio. So the radio show 24/7, you're going to hear podcasts, you're going to hear, television shows, you're going to hear music, you're going to, people telling stories and sharing knowledge and wisdom and their culture. And so this is a great opportunity for you just to come in and actually I put this media player on SMB's website so that those folks who visit our website, the education and the course website, have the opportunity to listen as they do so, listen to the radio. So that's kind of a fun thing to be able to do. And then we also have lots of podcasts on the platform. And our content is also available in Meta for those that have an Oculus device, a VR headset. They actually have the ability to listen to our podcast as well in 3D.
Yeah, so indeed, our mission is to bring information to people in a way that they want to consume it, right? So television, radio, apps, media players, virtual reality headsets, you name it. If it exists, we'll find a way to bring the content to them using wherever method we can, right?
There you go. And whatever is their favorite method of consuming the content, right? So that's, again, have it your way. And I think we're offering it your way, many different ways.
Many different ways. That's the fun part. Okay, so I guess we're continuing our journey, and I believe so we just visit education. Training is next.
Absolutely. So training is a really big part of what we do. So the training pillar is really all about building skills. And so, and this is where you can come in and take advantage of these experts who have created, in many cases, 4-hour blocks of what we call fundamentals training. So this is 4 hours. Typically, there are 4 modules in a course. Each module will have 4 15-minute video lessons. So it's very digestible. If we figure most folks have 15 minutes to sit down and listen and watch a lesson before they may have to get up and move along. But the courses are on demand. And once you come into the course community, you have access to that course indefinitely. So you may come in and take, module 1, lesson 1, and then have to step away. But then you can always come back to module 1, lesson 2, and proceed with the course. And so that we're, again, trying to make it as accessible as possible. Many of the course materials are video, but we do have some courses that have video, that have an audio component, that have written transcripts, that have demonstration videos, that have workbooks and checklists and spreadsheets, digital materials that support that lesson, that instruction. So we're also trying to appeal to people who have different learning preferences. There are going to be those that just want to watch the videos. There are going to be those who want to read the written transcript. So we're also providing access to the content across many different media channels, but also in many different formats. So again, have it your way. You can listen to it, or you can read it, or you can watch it. So that was something that was meaningful to the students that are inside the courses. So we've got, for example, in the business courses, we have a business and entrepreneur section of our course catalog. These include courses about leadership, about strategy, about marketing, about process, operations, finance. So these are, strategy, scenario planning, managing risk. These are very, very business-oriented online courses. And so we, you take a look at this. A lot of these folks are very familiar to us, aren't they, Ram?
Yeah, they are. Well, and thank you so much for including my scenario planning course in there as well.
Absolutely, that's our pleasure to do so, and it's a really good one, and we're very again very grateful to these subject matter experts who have been so willing, to do the hard work to develop their online courses, and so we're very excited to have them as part of our catalog.
Wonderful. And you do also have the operations section, right?
We do. So we have operations. So there's something here that relates, there's strategy and foresight. There's training here about operations, processes and operations, how you get work done. So you get the kind of the conceptual, but you also get the pragmatic and the step by step. So that's something that's also really interesting about the courses, is that what we find is if we can develop the courses in a way that is manageable for most people, we figure 4 hours fundamentals courses, learning those key concepts that you need to learn, because many of the people that are taking these courses may not be a business professional. And so we want to provide them with that fundamental education. But we're also building other courses that are more intermediate and more advanced for those that may have more experience. And so we're building longer courses, that have, more modules, more lessons, depending upon where people are in their need to learn a specific topic. So also in the operations, you're going to learn about, social media marketing. You're going to learn about pricing. You're going to learn about, these how to put your team together, hiring people. And so that's kind of the operations section. And so we've got business, we've got leadership, we've got strategy, we've got process, we've got operations, and we've got a lot of other categories as well that we're continuing to work on.
So I see this is just a small selection of the courses available, right?
Right. Absolutely. And like I said, we launched several courses, new courses at VCAPAX this past October. We are developing many new courses that we're launching at VCAPAX and then again at MEAX. So we're working on a lot of new titles, new subject areas. And our intention is to build our business and entrepreneur curriculum as well as a health and wellness curriculum, and then give people a choice as to how, what they want to take advantage of. And that's really our charter here, is to do just that.
Wonderful. So I see that you have mostly 4-hour-long classes, but also have the 2-hour-long master classes, right? I see you have the academy here, right? So can you explain to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So this is something, we've been thinking about doing. And when we started building the conference, the mission of the conferences and what we really wanted to focus on, and developing the training pillar, we thought about the 4-hour fundamentals, because to the point I made earlier, there are going to be people that may need to learn those fundamentals. And that's really what those 4-hour classes are. But then we thought, okay, because another pillar is the training pillar, where we want people to get maybe a deeper dive on a specific topic area. So we're now working with subject matter experts on creating 2-hour concentrated master classes. And we're offering that on day 5 of the conference. So
so that's the day 5. Okay.
That's the day 5. So the first 4 days are free access, free to attend. Come in and take advantage, listen to whatever expert, and topic you're most interested in. But you want to go and to have a deeper dive on a specific topic. And we're really excited, because for VCAPAX, the 26th of April is our day 5. And that is our full day of master classes. So we have 4 2-hour master classes. And for that day, we're talking about scenario planning, strategic planning. We're talking about competitive intelligence, and we're talking about managing risk and how to spot weak signals. So it's a very concentrated day on day 5, and it's the first time that we're offering this. But we're going to move forward and continue to add 1 and 2-hour master classes moving forward in specific concentrations, doing the deeper dive.
Okay, so if I want to learn more, or if I want to register, folks, here's the button. So just go to learn more. It will basically take you to our Eventbrite site. And then if you want to register to the webinars, you just use the register button. So
Absolutely.
that should be a lot of fun.
It is, and it's on a different platform. So the first 4 days for VCAPAX, the free conference, free to attend conference, is on our VFairs platform. So I don't, if you've attended our conferences in the past, it's the same platform, and but this is different. This is the 2-hour master classes, so you have to come over to Eventbrite and register separately for that.
All right, so let's continue our tour. We just visited training. Let's take a look at coaching. So the coaching pillar, Deb.
Absolutely. So, a little bit about coaching. We felt that it was important to provide access to coaches that can work with our entrepreneurs, those that are attending our conference, who may need some guidance. That this is, a journey that is, where you need support. And we felt that that was really, really important. So 2 things there is we started putting together the business plan competition, and really thought that we were better suited because we were bringing on the master classes into VCAPAX. We've decided to bring the business plan competition and the coaches into MEAX conference in the middle of the year. So this is an opportunity for entrepreneurs. You can register and to work with a coach. We're going to assign you a coach to work with you for 4 or 5 weeks. And what are you doing together, the 2 of you? You're working on developing your business plan. You're putting together your pitch deck. And you're getting guidance and counsel from that coach who's going to help you through the process, so that when you come into the competition in the middle of this year, you are well suited, well prepared to pitch your idea to a panel of angel investors. So that's going to be happening at MEAX, but you're going to get a guiding hand to help you do that. So that's going to so the coaching will happen within the business plan competition. But then also another thing that's really interesting, and I mentioned this earlier, is that for those students that are inside your course, a subject matter experts course, they can take advantage of the lessons on demand on their own schedule. And so what will happen is that course creator will probably come into that community on a regular basis to do either group coaching, or you can schedule a one-on-one coaching session directly with that course creator, who, if you need that even you want that one-on-one support. So many of our course creators have provided their calendar link inside their course. So you may be taking their online lesson on demand, if you will, but you may say, you know what, I think I need more help in this one area. I want to go in and schedule some calendar time with that course creator where just she and I can have a conversation one-on-one, and have that course creator coach that student as well, separately and independently. So so coaching is a really important part of this, because it's, you want to have access to the resources that you need so that you have the confidence in order to move forward. And so we're going to provide those coaches for you.
Wonderful. Sounds great. So I guess MEAX is next. So we'll be looking for that. So and let's continue our journey. So we just visited coaching. Let's take a look at community, the community pillar.
Absolutely. So community really, really is important. And, because many of these brand new entrepreneurs, wherever they are in the world, are solopreneurs. And there are many people that are still working their, 9-to-5 job and thinking about starting their businesses. So it can be kind of a daunting process, and can be somewhat isolating. And I know, for myself personally, when I left, the comforts of corporate America many years ago to start my own business, this is 10 years ago now, and I remember probably one of the most difficult things I had to deal with was a sense of isolation. I felt incredibly isolated because I had come from corporate America for most of my career, and now all of a sudden I was on my own. And so I had to find my way through that, and I had to find my network and my support system. And so community is critically important for success. And so it's really kind of interesting what's happened over the course of really from May of last year, when we had VC Latinx, and October, where we had VC EuropeX. And now, as we're gearing up now for VCAPAX here at the end of April, we have over 34,000 members who have joined those 3 conference Facebook communities. And why are they joining? Because they want to feel part of something. They want to be connected. They want to be updated. They want to see what's going on. They want to collaborate. They want to network. And so that they don't have that feeling of isolation, and they have the feeling that they're not alone and that they are supported. So I think the community aspect of the conferences, that's pillar number 4. You kind of wrap all this together, and education, training, coaching, and community. It's a very powerful experience to help any entrepreneur, even if they're a solopreneur, and even if they haven't even quite left their 9-to-5 job, but they're thinking about starting a new company, then they won't be alone, and they'll have the support and the education that they need.
Wonderful. So it's easy. So there's a join on Facebook button in there. I can see that. So just click in there and join Facebook. But also we have our page on LinkedIn. So
we have our LinkedIn communities as well. Several social media platforms, thanks to our media partners. So again, there's a way to stay in touch. There's a way to keep in touch. There's a way to network and collaborate and communicate. And so that's, and again, and I think also on our website, I'm not sure if I'm jumping the gun here, but there's an opportunity for people who are interested in speaking and teaching to get in touch with us to let us know that they are interested, and we'd love to hear from them.
Yeah, so there's this conference, but again, there's the next one. So if they're interested, folks, if you want to participate as a speaker, or you would like to create a course or your own masterclass, please use the link and reach out to SMB Digital Education to get started. So I guess that's kind of the end of our tour. But it's the link is in there, SMB Digital Education. Just folks, make sure you go and you click, and you can get the information.
And let us know, and this is another thing too. I just want to let everybody know that, we continue to expand the curriculum and the course catalog. So, we've got, a real focus on business and entrepreneurship, on health, on wellness, on soft skills, and as well as life skills. So if you are an expert in any of these topic areas, please, come here and get in touch with us. Let us know of your interest. We'd love to hear what you have to share and what your area of expertise is, and we'll have a conversation about that. I'd love that.
Well, so that's kind of the end of the tour. So let's go home back again and again, folks. This is a free online business conference, and the focus is on entrepreneurship. So please use the register button. Where's the register button? Oh, right there. Here's the name of the conference, VCAPX, 22nd of April through the 25th. But again, Deb just said there's a 5th day in there, and here's the free registration button. So when you click in there, we'll walk you through the free registration process.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, well, folks, we're just really scratching the surface here, and there's a lot more to cover, but I'm afraid that's basically all the time we have for today. Again, so Deb Dietz, CEO of SMB Digital Education, chair of VCAPX, and star of the STEP About Business show on television. Thank you so very much for your time today.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much. And I encourage everyone, please join us. Please register for our free conference. We'd love to see you there.
We do have a few people saying hi to you, saying how are you doing. A few folks, Tammy Gibson is saying hi to you, reminding you the importance of community and support. A few other folks from the Facebook as well saying hi. Thank you very much, Deb. Isn't Deb wonderful? Yes, she is.
That's wonderful. No, thank you. It's, and I appreciate everybody's comments and remarks. And we have, some really riveting speakers coming up here at the end of April, and I'm so excited about having everybody come. We'll have over 80 speakers at our conference over 4 days, so I think it's a not to be missed. There's something here for everybody. I believe that.
Wonderful. And folks, again, Reflections broadcasts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific via Future Televisions. STEP About Business broadcasts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific. You can also watch Deb in STEP About Health That show airs every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 3 p.m. Pacific. You can also catch our shows via Radio Futures, the home of the future on the radio, or Reflections podcast via rss.com. So, folks, it's time for us to start saying our thank yous. And thank you so very much for being here with Deb and I together for this show. We're looking forward to seeing you in the conference and, of course, in our next reflections or the next X Deb about business. Thank you so very much. And I will see you at the conference. I will leave you with our institutional message. Thank you.